The Pink Pulpits Podcast, the gospel according to her. The Pink Pulpits Podcast explores the living, learning, and leading of women in the 21st century. How does the modern woman handle the world the gospel way? This podcast is for women in ministry, women surrounded by ministry, and so many more. Join us weekly on Saturdays at 6 p.m. for the Pink Pulpits Podcast, the gospel according to her.
Hey, ladies. And remember, I say some gents watch our show. I shout out our men. And I just want you all to know that this is another edition of the Pink Pulpit Podcast. I want to welcome you because this really is your space. It's where we dismantle the fluff, call out fear, and preach the gospel of faith-filled living from one woman's pulpit to the other. And today, we've been in this Fearless Faith of a Woman series, and I really hope that you are becoming more fearless every day and you're walking in a brand new, bold faith. But I got one question for you today, and I believe that it's a question that's going to shake something in your soul. 3 words. Did you believe? And I'm not talking about being excited, because I'm the faith chick, right? And I want to make sure that this conversation is one that you really lean in different. All right? So Lady Nicole and I are getting ready to have a conversation. That's what I want you to say to yourself. Lady Nicole Green and I are getting ready to have a real girlfriend conversation. So I'm not talking about you being excited. I'm not talking about writing it in your journal. I mean, when the word came, when God spoke to you, when the prophetic download hit your life, did you believe? And did you believe it enough to do something? Now, we've all been there. I know I have. The word was released. It was confirmed. Your spirit leaped. You got excited. You cried. You shouted. And maybe even sowed a seed. But here's the question. Did you believe it? I want you to put that in the chat. Did you believe? And if you want to make it personal, say, did I believe? Not did you hear it? Not did you get excited? Not did you shout about it? But did you believe it enough to take an active stance, to do something? Because belief isn't inactive. Belief moves. Belief builds. Belief breaks boundaries. Belief breaks through. Belief believes. And today we're pulling the veil off the inactivity, the unresponsiveness that's masqueraded as faith. And you're not waiting on the promise. The promise is waiting on your belief to produce a move. This episode is for the woman that has gotten a word, and maybe more than one word, and you haven't moved. You got this prophetic word. You read the scripture for yourself, and God spoke something in your spirit, and somehow you're just waiting on the word to come to pass, but you haven't done anything with the word. We're going to deal with it today. What you heard, what you said you believed, and what didn't you do? Let's press it. Okay, Luke 1:45 says this. Blessed is she who believed, and that what the Lord has said to her would be fulfilled. Luke 1:45, Amplified Version. I want that to be the motto in which you hear this podcast through, the lens in which you see this podcast through. James 2:17, it says, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless it produces deeds, it is dead and useless. And in Hebrews 11:1, this trust in God is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. That's the Message version. This trust in God is the firm foundation. And that's what we're going to be diving into. Did you believe? Now, emotion is not activation, because we cry and we shout and we elobo and we do all these things, but that isn't activation. Some of us have praised around the prophecy but never planned for it. And we've got to revisit the last prophetic word that was released over your life, the last word that God spoke to you, the last word that you read that you believe God was speaking in your spirit. And you got to decide that I'm going to write down one action that you were supposed to take and take it within 48 hours. Belief doesn't wait on a blueprint. Belief is the blueprint. You got the word, that's the blueprint. If Noah needed a crowd to understand the assignment, he would have drowned. I'm talking to you, woman, today. You got to write what you're called to build. Write what you're called to do. You got the word. Now do what it says. Write the vision, Habakkuk 2:2, and make it plain so that you can run. It says, so those that read it can run. So when you read it, you can actually do something with it. I want you to register that LLC. I want you to write the book. I want you to outline the book. I want you to apologize. I want you to forgive. I want you to do whatever it is, that prophetic word. Because Hebrews 11:7 says, by faith, Noah moved. And today, we're going to be talking about, by faith, you're getting ready to move. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, point one is that you shouted, but did you shift? I know. You shouted the shout. You rolled in the floor. You called your girlfriend and said, the Lord has heard me. But did you shift? You've praised around, but you've got a plan. Write it down. Write out the next steps as you go. God, my apostle says it this way. God gives you more on your way than before you start. You're waiting for all the next moves, and God is saying, just move with the prophetic word. Move with what was spoken over you. Move what was read. Move what was downloaded on the inside of you. Can you do that? Revisit the last word and then say, okay, what steps do I need to do? The word that was spoken on you, over you last Sunday. Do something with that. What was spoken to you at the top of the year? All of us went to church. And if you didn't, I want you to look up a service from the roll in and decide, I'm getting ready to hear a prophetic word for my life. And then do something with it. James 1:22 says, be doers of the word. And so we say that and we look at it and we think about it from a biblical standpoint, be doers of the word that I hear. But even a prophetic word that is spoken over your life, be a doer of it. Don't just receive the prophecy. Just don't receive the word that may be deposited in your spirit through just you hearing the voice of God. What I'm saying to you is be a doer of what you've heard. Two, if you believe it, build it. If you really believe that this word is the word that was spoken, if you really believe that God is instructing you to do this, if you really believe this is what God said is going to unfold in your life, then go do it. He's going to give you more on your way. If you just go ahead and do what the Lord is telling you to do. Stop waiting for the prophecy to come and grab you by the shirt and pull you into the prophecy. Okay? I need you to write down what it is that you're supposed to do. If you have to get your LLC, go get the LLC. If you need to go talk to a partner, that you need a partner to do this, then go talk to the partner. Whatever you've got to do, go do it. It's like when I did my first book. Yeah, the girl talking about a book. Yeah, that's what she's talking about. Because I want you to go to the theychickco.org and get your copy today. Unapologetically Me, the Pocket Girlfriend's Guide to Being Comfortable in Your Own Skin. My new one's coming out, y'all. Stay tuned. June 30th. I can't wait. Faith it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But let's get back to this. Let me say this to you. I had gotten stuck. Remember, I told you, if you go back to my last podcast or several of them before this, I told you that this was a 7-year prophetic word. This was a 7-year of a God pushing and prompting me to do it, an unction from the Holy Spirit. 7 years. I was in rebellion and disobedience for 7 years. And there's a whole lot that I missed. And I talked to you guys about that in the last couple of podcasts about procrastination and not following through and not doing it. And I'm doubling down today is, did you believe? Because if you really believe, you will go build it. If you really believe that word is supposed to come alive, it's supposed to impact your life, it's supposed to be resulting in your life, you would go do it. So why haven't you? Hebrews 11:7 says, by faith, Noah moved. So now put your name there. By faith, Nicole moved. By faith, Jennifer moved. By faith, Sheila moved. By faith, Sophia moved. By faith, Latanya moved. By faith. You got to make a decision that by faith, I'm going to move. 3, you're waiting on a sign, but the word was the sign. No, you got to think about it. We were talking somewhere, and I was with some friends of mine, and she said, I'm just waiting on the Lord to tell me. And I had said something earlier. I said, the Lord has. She said, what? I said, the Lord just did. When I was talking to you, that was the Lord saying what you need to do. I know y'all catch that on your way home. Sometimes God has already spoken it, and you waiting on a sign. You waiting on a moment. A word from God is enough confirmation. The prophetic word, the spoken word, the unction is enough confirmation. The more you delay, the more you disobey. Don't be a professional word collector. Be a promise participant. You run around here collecting all these prophetic words. I got a prophetic word over here. I got a prophetic word. You go into all these prophetic conferences, and God gives you a prophetic word. And what did you do with it? I've been prophesied the same thing over and over and over again. And the question is, did you believe? Yes, I'm talking to you. You done gone there and said the same thing. Prophet so-and-so, prophetess so-and-so, prophet so-and-so, prophetess so-and-so. And what did you do with it? Stop collecting the word and participate. Write the word out. Place it where you see it daily. And pray over it because it already is. Now you got to get in motion with it. It already is. Now get in motion with it. Isaiah 55:11 says, my word shall not return void. We talk about the word of God. The prophetic word on your life won't return void, but you got to actively go do it. My next point that I need you to write down and get clear. Belief doesn't wait for backup, it breaks ground. You don't need a squad to start. Be like Nike and just do it. You don't need a bestie to get into agreement with you. You don't need social media announcement. If God said it, then go. If God said it, that settles it. If God said it, go to the bank, write a check, and cash it. If God says it, then I counsel with man no more. If God said it, that is my green stop sign. That is my green stoplight that says go, 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 go. And I'm telling you, the prophetic word you got, go with it. The unction that you have, go with it. Belief is a shovel. Break ground in silence if you have to, but break ground. If you got to break ground and ain't nobody with you, break ground. If nobody else believes in what you say the Lord has spoken to you, go do it alone. Because you're not doing it alone, you're doing it with God. He is more than enough. He is more than able. If you got God, you got all that you need to get it done, to start, finish, and get on the other side and get even a greater word from him. Can we talk about it? I want a bold move. This week, I want a bold move. You've been too scared. You've been too reluctant. You've been too, well, I'm just waiting on the Lord. He done told you. Because whose approval are you really waiting on? What are you waiting on? You went to the conference to get a word. You got it. Did you believe it? Because when you really believe, you act. When you believe, it's just like when you are going after something. Let's say that there's this dress you've been wanting, and uh, uh, the first time you went, it wasn't there, but the woman said that every Friday they got new shipments that comes in. When you believe it's there, you keep going back. I watch you. I'm a testimony of that. When they told me so and so gonna be here in a minute, I keep going back and going back. There was this luggage I was looking for because I was trying to complete my set, and when I went to get the first set, I only got two pieces. And they was like, "Well, they normally cut the truck comes in this time, this time, this time." You know what I did? For a solid 2 months, I kept going back and going back. You know why? Because I believed that it was gonna be there one day. And that's what you got to do. And you know what? I kept going back and kept going back. And one day it was there. And you know what I did? Completed my set. I'm just talking. Romans 4:20-21. It says, he didn't tiptoe around God's promise. He boldly did it. I added the boldly part because he did. Joshua 1:3 says, every place your foot touches, he said, I'll give it to you. So if you dare to just start stepping out, just start doing, just put your foot out. Just stepping, step. Then you're going to see the salvation of the Lord. You know, it's like this woman who received a word about being a business owner, but sat on it for years. I just told you about my book, until she realized her belief needed evidence. She took one step and went and got her EIN, made a product, opened the site, and it created momentum. Now she's not just a business owner, she's breaking a generational cycle of people that didn't finish. Because her mama had an idea, her grandmama had an idea, but she moved this time in belief and stopped sitting for years to do it. I'm talking to you, CEO. Stop clapping and crying. Stop waiting. Get up and say, I believe and I'm going to build it. Go get your EIN, create the product, launch the site, do what you got to do, and then you'll be selling, you'll be shifting, you'll be going deeper into greater heights and doing great things because of the prophetic word on your life, because the word that was spoken. She believed, so she did. Y'all see that everywhere, right? She believed, so she did. She believed, so she went. And that's what I'm telling you today. She believed. So go. You the she. Sis, what are you sitting on that heaven already signed off on? The word isn't on pause. You are. The question isn't, did God say it? is, did you believe it? And did you believe it enough to do something with it? You don't need another prophecy. You don't need another word from the Lord. You need to move. I want you to tag us this round of podcasts and say she believed it. Then I want you to hashtag I believe it. Then hashtag I'm moving with what I believe. And then don't just hashtag, do it. It's your next season. This is your moment. Yes, God spoke it. Yes, God declared it. Yes, it's what you've been saying God was going to do. So stop sitting on the word you were meant to walk in. Because when you believe like it's done, you move like it's time. Now go live out loud. Go live in your believing, because somebody's watching our faith. Somebody's watching how they walk out their next word. And just in case you were wondering if God said it, he did. Now go. This has been the Pink Pulpit Podcast, the gospel according to her. And my prayer is that you know exactly what God said. And now you're going to get up and walk in that prophecy. You're going to do it in a way that makes people say, her faith is at work. And man, after she received that prophecy, she went. And then you'll be able to say, she believed, so she did. I'm Lady Nicole Green. I really am your faith coach, the faith chick. And I'm expecting this to be the gospel according to her. Believe and then do it. I'll see you next time.